I'm certainly nobody special. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time and said the right thing. I want to go back a few years. As we all remember, September 11th of 2001. At that time, I lived in Berks County in Exeter Township. And days after the attacks, my husband and I went to the Sovereign Field to watch the Reading Royals play a hockey game. And something very profound happened that night. And I don't know if anybody else was there that evening, but a lady came out onto the ice to sing the Star-Spangled Banner. She got one line into the song, and the sound system went off. No more words could come out of her mouth. And without a moment's miss in this song, everybody in that arena completed the song. Throughout the Star-Spangled Banner, everybody joined in, hundreds of people, and sang that to the end. I get chills just thinking about it. That was the most profound thing I've ever seen in this country in my life. And it was amazing. And right now I know we're all looking for that moment. We're looking for that time when we can all join together and take our country back. But this time it's not because the towers have fallen because of planes that were run into them. This time it is because our government has gone awry. Now many of you for years have been fighting this battle. And you've probably been racking your heads trying to figure, what can we do? What can we do to wake up more people? The time has come. For those of you who've been fighting this for 20, 30 years, 10 years, the cavalry has come. And the cavalry is right here. The cavalry is across the country, just like each and every one of us. And of course on Saturday, who here is going to be going to D.C.? I know we've been going over and over and over again, but this is what I believe is the last stand. We can't let this happen. I have a 5-year-old and I have a 7-year-old. I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I refuse to let this government rule in tyranny over my kids. I won't have it. I think there's a lot of similar feelings in this room, whether it's your grandchildren, nieces, nephews. We don't want this. What I'd like to explain to you tonight is when I had my confrontation with Senator Specter, I wasn't bussed in. I wasn't paid. I wasn't a plant by the GOP. Of course, I've been told that many times. I'm a mom. I live 5 minutes from where the town hall happened. I knew that was the moment we had to go and confront the senator. How often do you get a chance to go speak to Senator Specter? Not very often, do you? So myself, along with 2,000 other people from Boyertown, Lebanon, probably Berks County. I don't know if anybody from here was there. There we go, my brother. Here we go. We lined up outside, and 250 of us were allowed inside that building. When we walked in, each of us got to take a number to ask him a question. I was lucky number 7. And as the town hall began, there were a lot of people that had great questions, and I realized that the question I was going to ask has already been asked, and then it happened again, and it happened again. As I was thinking about it, I realized, you know, all these questions are great, but there's something that we're forgetting. It's the Constitution. Senator Specter and all these people like Nancy Pelosi up on Capitol Hill, they have desecrated the Constitution. Yes. They act like it's not important. You can see what's going on right now with this health care bill. They don't think it's important at all. But I'm here to say with you guys, it is important. Because if we do not uphold the Constitution, what's left? Nothing. So that day at the town hall, my question to the center was this, and I'll reiterate what I had said. My question was, I'm a Republican, but first and foremost, I'm a conservative. He said, this isn't about health care, it's not about TARP, it's not about left and right. This is about the systematic dismantling of this country. I said, I'm only 35 years, I've never been interested in politics. You have awakened the sleeping giant. We're tired of this. That's why everybody in this room is so ticked off. My question to him was, what are you going to do to return this country back to what our founders created according to the Constitution? As simple as that. His answer to the question was that he has been legislating by the Constitution. So nobody else here believes that either, huh? Okay, I didn't know. Now, mind you, That's not the only time I've been around Senator Specter. I've seen him twice since then. And I'd like these things that I'm telling you to give you courage to be able to step outside your comfort zone and do the same thing. Whether it's Specter, whether it's Tim Holden, whether it's Fast Eddie Rendell, I don't care who it is. Each and every one of you has the power to be able to do what myself and other people have done. Step outside your comfort zone and confront these people. In November, I contacted Senator Specter's office. The Michelle Bachmann rally was going on November 4th, and I went down for that. I don't know if anybody else went down. Okay, we've got a few hands that went. I set up a meeting with Senator Specter. I was allowed to bring 6 people into the office with me. And I went in with these people that I never met before. I found them on the internet from across the state of Pennsylvania because I felt we need more representation than just Lebanon. So I got 6 other people and we went into Senator Specter's office. And we sat down, and there was a mom that was in that group, and she's actually from Womelsdorf, and I don't know if Amy is here or not. Is Amy here? No, okay. Amy's a stay-at-home mom. And she said to Senator Specter a very impassioned plea. And that plea was this. She said, my 16-year-old son came to me, and he asked me, why is it that we have to pay our bills, and the federal government doesn't have to pay theirs? No answer from the senator. She also said, what kind of legacy are you going to leave my children that you can wrap up in a box with a bow on top and say, I did this for Amy Mullenhoff's children? What are you going to do to have a legacy for my children? The senator got very quiet, and he had been sitting in a very defensive position, and he sat back in his chair, and he looked around the room, and on the wall were pictures of Senator Specter and all the wonderful things that he's done. Senator Specter with Tom Ridge, him with President Bush, a bunch of other dignitaries about all these wonderful things that he's done. And I got really, really angry because as he's describing all these pictures, I stepped outside my comfort zone once again. And I'm usually not a very outspoken person, believe it or not. And I said to him, Senator, there's a picture missing from the wall. And he looked at me, he was sitting right here next to me. And he's like, what picture? And I said, it's a picture of hypocrisy. It's a picture of you standing on the floor of the Senate in 1994. You were telling the people in the Senate that the health care at the time, you were voting against it. Because there were 111 different bureaucracies that were going to be created between the people and their doctors. Now you're for it. What happened?
Change parties.
He said that he didn't. He said he didn't do that. This is the problem with that's going on in this country right now. We have people that are disillusioned, that have been in office for way too long. We've got Senator Specter. He's been in office most of my life. There's something wrong with this. When George Washington was president, he was asked to serve again. He said no, because he knew he had to go live back under the laws which he had created. People like Senator Specter, Nancy Pelosi, all these people, oh my gosh, they don't even hold a candle to George Washington or any of our founding fathers. So I ask of everybody here, you know, they're passing around petitions and everything for people to sign and help out. Whatever your passion is, whether it's making phone calls, handing out flyers, whatever it could be, we are the ones that are going to change this country. Whether it's as simple as making a phone call to your congressman and saying, vote no on the bill, that's something. Step outside your comfort zone. You can do this. We are the reason that this country is going to get right back on track. And also, I ask you, for those wonderful people who are running for office, there's a bunch of them out there. Find them and help them. Because if we don't help them, we're going to end up with another Senator Specter. Yep. And I will not allow it. And I hope you will not allow it either. Because this country deserves a lot better than someone like him. Yeah.